We're going to take another look at the 2024 recruiting class, and we're going to shine a spotlight on 4-star wide receiver Carr, who signed with the Miami Hurricanes. We're going to take a look at his highlights. We're going to take a look at his 24/7 Sports player profile page. But before we do all that, you need to click that subscribe button because we're covering the 2024 recruiting class all off season long, every single day, player by player. Click that button. Stop missing out. But we're here to look at Carr. If you're here for just the highlights, fast forward a few minutes. But we're going over the scouting report real quick. He's a 4-star prospect in both the rankings and in the composite here. Ranked as the 21st best wide receiver. Ranked 15th in the composite. 5'11", 169. Could be a little thicker by now. Usually these are older listings. He's already enrolled with Miami. But looking at the offers, that's what I like to look at. 27 of them. Telling me that the market's hot for him. College football wanted him. Georgia was after him even. He went to Miami, Arkansas, Auburn, many other Power 5 schools. College football wanted him to play because he's a good player. All-American Bowl, so we got some all-star game experience here. Glancing over to scouting report real quick. A inside-outside receiver prospect with speed and agility to attack 3 levels. Can get downfield. Size hasn't been verified in a while, but was believed to be hovering around 5'11", 170 pounds during the summer before the senior season. He eats up cushion, sharp footwork, tracks the football well, made a number of difficult grabs, few one-handed catches. He's elusive, has good bursts, respectable 5'10" effort, and high jumps as a freshman. We got a guy who's very athletic, who can get downfield, probably very quick moving laterally, very explosive. A guy that can get downfield and make highlight grabs. This is going to be a fun highlight tape to watch. That's all I'm going to say. This is probably going to be a fun one. Multi-sport athlete. He ran track. Looking at the timeline here, we're enrolled with Miami. We signed on National Signing Day. Auburn was trying to get him. Looking at the stats here, 62 catches in 2022. We're not updated for 2023. Over 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. We got a 4-star prospect here. Going over to On3. He's a 4-star down the line. And he's ranked as the wide receiver 16 in the industry rankings. On3 has him as wide receiver 28. So kind of close to 24/7 Sports. But ESPN and Rivals has him ranked as 10 and 13. We're going to look at the highlights. Let me know what you think about him. What do you think he should be ranked? Should he be ranked around the top 10 range? Or should he be ranked around the 25-ish range? Let me know what you think in the highlights below. But we're going to take a look at the tape and see what we can see right now. Now we're seeing Carr in motion. DB's following him. Looking inside. Staying inside shade. Explosive off the line. Good feet. Good feet. Those breaks, no drift really to them. And very nuanced considering the high school level. And we got burst. And looks like we're getting to the top end there. Looks like we got some speed. Again, when we look at speed, we want to sample. We got 8 minutes of highlights here. Getting downfield, brings it in. Brings it in. He's explosive off the line. He should be at his size, but again, he's explosive and nuanced. He's selling his routes. There's a lot going on with every route. My goodness. We got speed. We got some burst. Burst and speed. Boom. Let's see him hit that fade. Hit that fade. Nice. I wish I had a little better lighting there. But still. Hits his hands. We're getting upfield. Look at him go. Look at him go. He's going to be a weapon at Miami. Stops on a dime. Hits his hands. We're looking to get upfield. We're in the backfield here. We're getting upfield. Boom. Solid player. Solid player. I think he's underranked. Because I'm seeing some stuff initially here. I'm seeing this guy break off routes. Sharp. He's very sudden with his movements like we saw there on the break. Selling it as well. Everything's quick, sudden, and rhythm too. Boom, boom. And then we get to the top end. He hasn't shown the top end much in these clips so far. But it's there. Because he's fast. He ain't slow. and he's got good hands. He's got ball skills as someone 20 to 30 pounds heavier of him. He's good over the shoulder. He's good with a laser coming at him. Catches it away from his body. He's good. He's good. We got a lot of upside here, too. Especially with that burst. And he's already ahead of schedule with the route running. I can already tell you that off the rip. Off like the first few plays. Compared to all the other wide receivers we looked at. He's ranked 21. That means we've looked at 20 of them so far. Off their rankings, he should be ranked higher. I can tell you that. I'd have to go through all of them again and tell you where exactly, but I can definitely tell you he's higher than that. He's higher than where he's at for me. He's a little bit low. I don't think on three's on him too well. Unless there's some wide receivers that are ranked lower in 24/7 Sports that will melt our face with talent. All in all, they got him ranked low. Good ball skills. Good ball skills. I noticed, overhead and got upfield initially with it. Ooh. Good release and sudden and quick with it too. Sudden and quick. Inside shade, DB playing off. Changing speeds here. When it comes to these wide receivers and some of these prospects, sometimes it just takes like 2 or 3 plays and you're like, oh, I see it instantly. And that means something, I think. Because if you see it instantly, that just verifies that this player has some goods to their game that they can compete quickly at the next level. Some of these tapes, you got to wait and see the whole package and think it through. Good hands. Bad things happen when you leave your feet, though. Someone closing in on you, you're getting flipped. I know from experience. Nice hands around the sideline. Wow. Oh, man. Miami fans, you got to be excited about that. Look at the release. That's going to be tough at the college level to defend. Guys with very sudden, explosive release packages that can get on the heels of the safeties with it tend to do good things. That lets me know there's immense upside here. The upside's huge and grand. Like, I know we look at a lot of these players and a lot of them don't hit, but if he's watching, he'd be shaking his head right now like, yep. Because the upside's huge, and that's what I want to look at with these players too, is like, do you have the chance to take over? And that release package, on top of everything else, that's huge. He's so sudden with his movements too. Very explosive player. Very quick, very nuanced. Looking good. Looking good. And when it comes to his size, he was listed at 165, said he was around 170 over summer. He could be a little bit more by now. Thinking about overtime, playing at college, probably when it comes to NFL draft time, we make it that far. Probably pushing 185, 190 range, maybe more. Think about Malachi Corley and how jacked up he was at the Senior Bowl. He was like 165, 170. That's what they had listed at 24/7 Sports coming out of high school. He's rocked up right now. So I would not look at that as a negative. I'm looking at the speed bursts and tangibles and stuff, and it's great. He's quick. He's explosive off the line. Nuanced release. Nuanced on break. Look at that. Limited drifting on the breaks. He's underranked. I can't tell you where or how far, but I know it's a good bit. And I know that there's a lot of upside here, and I think when they rank, they got to account for that. I mean, he's very skilled. Look at that. And he had a lot of offers. Top tier Power 5 programs were looking at him. He's going to Miami. I know one thing is everybody that's a fan of their school will come on here or some of the videos and say that, hey, the 24/7 Sports don't like my school. They don't like my school. I can tell you this because I do this every year. I've been going deeper and deeper every year. that they sleep on a lot of players. Marvin Harrison Jr. was ranked in the 20s. Malik Neighbors was ranked 19 in their class. And go read the scouting report on Malik Neighbors when you're done with that. And then come back to here and be like, oh, they just sleep. They just sleep. They're just not as good as what they say they are. That's why we do this process. He's explosive. He's an explosive player. And thinking about Malik Neighbors and thinking about him, and I'm not making a comparison, but I was looking at Neighbors' high school tape the other day. I do more tape watching than what you would think. And, again, similar traits here off the release. Very explosive, getting on the heels. Very assertive in the route running and breaks. That's very exciting. Look at the hands. My goodness. He's the full package. Unless you're looking for like a Calvin Johnson Megatron, you got to be looking at these players for what they are. For his build and where you're going to be putting him, he's full package, man. Getting downfield, stay with it, good concentration. Out in front of him, good ball by the quarterback, and out in front of him, make it. I mean, I got to see it again. I'm not watching the quarterback at all. I'm watching all him and the DBs around him, I guess. But he's getting separation. And you better be getting separation at the high school level. You better be. There's a lot of upside here. I see guys break off good routes and stuff, but he's got that with this twitch and sudden ability that you know that's going to give you some upside at the next level. And all it takes in spring ball is a couple good practices showing that off. You're jumping up the depth chart. You're getting some opportunities there. But the upside is grand with Carr. We are very nuanced, a very fluid route runner. We're very twitched up here, especially with the route running and breaking off the routes. The release package is very explosive. This is going to allow him to get up the heels of the defenders and get downfield. There's really going to be a lot we can do with him, and he's got immense upside. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. I want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.